What is up and is going on, guys? Simpzy here, and welcome back to another episode of my FIFA 15 Newcastle United Career Mode. In today's episode, we only have one match, and that is because we have the January transfer window. We have heaps of transfer negotiations, and we actually have deadline day. We do have one match in today's episode, and that is against Bayern Munich in the round of 16 in the Champions League. But I will be going on about recapping the last episode and the matches in that. And also, I'll be reading out the other round of 16 matches going on at the same time as mine, which is quite interesting. And we do have a lot of transfers as well, so I'll be doing that later on in the window. But we did ask the board for some additional money. We did get allocated 5.7 million. And yeah, guys, if you look at the screen, Yang and Biwa requested to be transferred. I feel that I've come to the end of my time at this club. I have the need to move to a new club and need to move in this window. Please make it happen. So that's extremely disappointing. Yang and Biwa, my main centre-back, the Frenchman, 84 overall, 27 years of age. We won the Premier League last season. We're going for the Champions League this season, and I don't know why he wanted to leave. Paul here, we did end up putting him on a short-term loan to Preston. But obviously his morale is leaving, so he will be leaving the club. But I did want to make as substantial profit on him. Now, I did do a counter offer to Barcelona, who did offer 43 million. So they've offered a little bit more. They're a little bit more keen in the centre back than Bayern Munich. So I did offer them 80 million as a counter. Bayern Munich came to me and said, "We'll give you 29 million." I said, "No way in hell. You guys are going to give me 80, the same what you're going to give to Barca." And Barcelona actually accept the contract for 80 million, which I think is a lot of money for a centre-back. That is just ridiculous. You can buy a brand new striker for that. And we've also got a lot of pre-contracts that can step up to the plate as my centre-back, so I won't need to bring in a new centre-back. But we did sell Yang and Beal, which is disappointing. But this is career mode. You have some ups and downs, and you have some surprising transfers. We did get only allocated 68 million, which, what I hate. We got robbed 12 million. But we still have 90 million in this window, and we will be bringing in some players because of that. We did get an offer here from Antonio Griezmann from Wolfsburg. There's no way in hell I'm going to sell him at any cost. I did pay 60 million for him. Surprisingly, Lukaku actually went to Valencia. Obviously, Yang and Bill went there. But I was looking to buy a new left back or right back and a centre defensive mid. And we were trying to get the signing of Jordi Alba, trying to steal one of Barca's players. But we did manage to get some sort of agreement with Juventus for the signing of Paul Pogba. I did want to replace Sissoko because he's going down in stats slowly, and I think Paul Pogba would be a perfect replacement there. And we do manage to actually sign one of these players. Now, we only had enough for either Paul Pogba and De Stiglio or Jordi Alba, and I felt like I wanted to send a defensive mid more than and I wanted to get two players instead of one, essentially, because it was going to be 40 million for us to get the services of Jordi Alba. But we did sign Paul Pogba for 40 million plus Pastore, and they really wouldn't go for anything cheaper. They wanted 70 million. I could have either sold him for like I could have bought him, for 80 to 70 million, or I could have bought him for 40 million plus Pastore. I did skip through the negotiations, and we did fix up our transfer budget, and we did bring in De Stiglio, which I think we actually brought him in relatively cheap. 20 million for an 82 overall, 24 years of age. He can play in the right and left back position. And I feel like Paul Pogba is going to fit in fantastically into this French side. We've got a lot of French players, and I feel like he's a perfect replacement for Sissoko. Not because he's black, but because he's a solid actual centre defensive mid. And I think him and Matic will be playing absolutely spectacular football. And then we've got this like Italian sort of Spanish flavour in the centre backs. We've obviously got Santon and De Stiglio on the right and left back. They're both Italian, and obviously, we've got my two pre-contract centre-backs. So, we did sell Yang and Biwa, but we did bring in Paul Pogba and De Stiglio, which I think it's better. But hey guys, make sure to leave a like for seeing Paul Pogba at the side, and I've nearly completed my project with Newcastle United. I've nearly got the perfect side, and I think with these new signings, I'll be able to hopefully win the Champions League. So we did have a little bit of money left over. Now I was looking into some pre-contracts. Obviously, Jordi Alba's not going to be coming to the club, but obviously, there was a couple of pre-contracts. Mario Götze was there, also Eden Hazard. But I do manage to sign Mario Götze, 88 overall, 24 years of age for Newcastle. But guys, I most likely won't be doing a Season 4 of the Newcastle Career Mode. I'll probably be moving to a new club. I could have signed Eden Hazard, but seeing he's the same rated as Götze, but Götze was 2 years younger, I did manage to sign Götze instead. Sporting Lisbon offered 57 million for Remy Cabella, which I'm quite surprised they're fielding that amount of money. They're trying to splash the cash, bringing in players to the Portuguese side. Now, Mario Balotelli goes to Atletico Madrid with a surprising 62 million, and Atletico Madrid in Season 3 of the Newcastle United Career Mode have spent so much money. It's absolutely ridiculous. 62 million for Mario Balotelli. They bought Juan Mata for 46 million. They bought De Jong for 35 million. They are building a really good squad, and actually be quite interesting to play as them if we do get a job offer, or we browse job offer. I don't think we're probably going to get a decent job offer. We might just have to hope and browse. But Paul Pogba is going to be coming into the side, the Frenchman, and he's quite young. He's going to go up in stats, and I'm sure we're going to make our money back. Now, guys, remember, we did pick up Pastore for free, so you got to also put that into account. So we have the match against Bayern Munich, and then that ends the January transfer window. But look at the round of 16. We could have got matched up against such easier opponents. It's just so unlucky. So let's start from the left, work our way down. Let's start to the right. So Chelsea versus Wolfsburg in the round of 16. Kevin De Bruyne will be facing his former side, which will be interesting. FC Barcelona have Marseille. Atletico Madrid versus Schalke. Obviously, I versus Bayern Munich, which is just so unlucky. Juventus versus Manchester United. Real Madrid have an easy match in CSK of Moscow. Arsenal versus Valencia, and Paris Saint-Germain versus Olympiacos. But guys, just want to quickly recap the last episode. We ended up winning 2-1 at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. Jovetic and Benzema both picked up 1 goal apiece, and Remy Cabella actually picked up the man of the match. Unfortunately, we had a kind of a dull sort of episode, and we ended up losing 1-0 against Manchester City. Now, before I get into that match again, we had this really, really unlucky, weird glitch against this Bayern Munich match. I couldn't seem to play Langerak, and I couldn't figure out why. And it wouldn't actually tell me, but I figured out now, Langerak was actually put out on international duty, which is just absolutely ridiculous. This has never happened to me in FIFA at all, because usually the international matches coincide with, they kind of work out so they don't have your players away. I have never had to take off a player because he can't. That's just ridiculous. I'm sure Australia has enough goalkeepers. They don't need to bring fucking Langerak. They've got Matty Ryan. They've also got oh my god, Mark Schwartz. They've got but they know they take Langerak for probably the most important match of my season. So we've obviously been drawn against Bayern Munich, which is disappointing to begin with, and then we lose our goalkeeper. Unfortunately, Mario Götze, the Newcastle United player coming in next season, was really the main man in that play. Manages to feed it to Robin Lewandowski and makes it 1-0. We did manage to keep Bayern Munich pretty locked down though. Benzema manages to draw. Nope, he didn't draw a penalty, which I thought I was absolutely robbed at. But guys, we unfortunately lose 1-0 against Bayern Munich. We did manage to shut them down. They didn't have many chances, and neither did I, to be honest. And I was quite lucky, seeing as that Langerak didn't play for us. But guys, thank you very much for watching. If you watched all the way through, I really do appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on this video, support this series and my channel. And of course, I'll be bringing more career mode tomorrow for you guys. Thanks a bunch for watching. Simpzy out.